Hi, good morning. This is Fred from Out of Box Wealth. I hope you're having a blessed day and you and your family are doing well. And today is just a wonderful day. You can see the leaves have fallen off the trees and they're floating in the water, and just an awesome time and incredible change. And certainly in the earth and energetically, we're just experiencing just a wonderful opportunity of change. And when we look at the dynamic of change, sometimes we can be programmed into the expectancy that change is hard, change is difficult, or that change means something bad or something negative is going to happen. But the truth is that in our universe, where everything is created to grow and created to increase, we know that spirit is always for expansion and for the increase of everything that is good. And spirit is who we are. We are spirit. And the application of our spirit in us is always for increase. It's always good and getting gooder. It's always for what is positive to grow and to expand. And spiritual teachings all over the world have all different types of explanations of this. If you have a biblical background, and you know that Yeshua told the parable of the talents, and he said, to the one that has, more shall be given. And so what happens is that we live in a created environment that is designed for that which is good, that which is beneficial, that which is profitable, that which is healthy, that which is happy, that which is peaceful, that which is loving, that which is good, that which is abundant, to be in a constant cycle of increase and a constant cycle of multiplication. And that's our true nature. That's who we truly are. Just look at the seeds around us, the seeds falling from the trees, the acorns falling from all of the trees behind me. One tree gives a number of acorns, and they have just the incredible potential to grow a forest. And when you think of the timeline from the aspect of the earth, with the speed that an acorn grows into a tree, it's very quick. When you think of the age of the earth and the cycle of time when it comes from the concept of the earth, for our concept and the current understanding, the current programming, the current paradigm of human life, we may think that that takes a long time, but that's something that has been engineered and fashioned into us, but it's not our original programming. So when we have an understanding of energy and looking at everything around us energetically, and we look at change and we see, wow, look at that. Change is always happening for increase. And now we have what is authentic, we have what is organic, and we have what is not authentic and synthetic. And synthetic is something man-made. And when we have anything that's synthetic, we have anything that's GMO, we have anything that has been tampered with from its natural, freeborn, original existence, there is always some type of loss. There is always some type of dis-ease, and there is always some type of lack when it comes to anything that is synthetic. And when it comes to mindset, we definitely have a synthetic mindset as a human race that has been really powerfully impacted, not just by the mainstream, but by entertainment. And I think sometimes people forget that entertainment is a business. They used to call it the entertainment business, or they used to call it show business, showbiz. And but the whole point is that these people, most of them, are creating entertainment to make a profit because that's their business, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's not good, bad, or indifferent. It's just what they do. But the problem is, especially when we've been, sat unsupervised in front of the television since a young age, is that we pick up understanding and we pick up messages from entertainment that's just simply not true, and it's simply not accurate. And when we focus on change, depending on, what type of entertainment most people, are attracted to. But most entertainment has been conditioning us because this is what sells, this is what people buy. People like drama, they like to be moved. And because a lot of people are simply not attached, they're not connected to Mother Earth, they really don't have the opportunity, or they haven't made the opportunity, or they haven't made the commitment to have a real energetic connection with real energy by spending time in Mother Earth, by spending time outside. Because they don't have that, they forget about it. And they forget about what it really feels like to breathe fresh air outside, to breathe fresh air in an environment where Mother Nature is all around us, to breathe fresh air in an environment where we have natural energies, where we have natural electromagnetic energies that are flowing from nature herself, flowing from nature. When we're listening to birds chirping, birds singing, when we're listening to the wind blowing and the water flowing, when we don't have those type of natural, healthy, energetic influences in our life, and we have spent the majority of our time apart from work, when we are trying to, most people are just trying to basically have an escape from a work experience that they aren't blessed by, or that are less than enthused by. And they come home and they just plot themselves in front of the TV. And what happens is that when we don't have true connection, we lose feeling. When we lose feeling, we become desensitized, we become numb, and we start to lose spiritual sensitivity. And when we start to lose spiritual sensitivity, we start to become used to synthetic sensitivity. We become used to synthetic and false and fake, and sometimes, in some cases, maybe more than one, maybe a lot of cases, we become used to toxic energy and toxic influences. And this is just really, really connected to so many different things. But when we don't have a natural influence, when we don't have a natural experience on a regular basis, and we become desensitized, we start to become numb, we start to become spiritually asleep. We need something to the excess to be able to make us feel awake. And even though it's a fake feeling of awake, it's not a real awakeness, it's not a real spiritual influence, it's not real spirit food, it's not real spirit power. It's just feeling that is above the normal numbness, feeling that is above the normal unfeeling. And so people tend to lean towards or be drawn to drama because they need something extreme just simply to be able to feel out of their normal feeling. And when the normal feeling is not healthy, it becomes burdensome. It becomes almost like well, burden's a good word to use. It becomes burdensome. It becomes heavy. It's not fulfilling. And when something is not fulfilling, you're trying to escape it because, again, it's like a parasite. It's like an invader. It's like an invasive species. It's like a dis-ease. And we're trying to get away from it because our intuition is telling us, listen, no, this isn't who we are. This isn't, what we experience. This isn't what we're created to be. This isn't our authentic self, and tries to escape. And that's where a lot of humanity, I think, takes refuge and tries to escape into drama. And so what happens is you're trying to escape something that is synthetic and negative by entering something that is synthetic and negative, and there we go. It just becomes a loop. It just becomes a repetitive process. It just becomes something that we repeat over and over again, and it can cause a downward spiral of negativity. But on the other hand, when we recognize that this is what's happening, when we recognize that a lot of our expectancy comes from dramatic movies, and in drama, if you want to test yourself, if we can take just a second here and go through a little test, we can see if drama influences you by just having this simple visualization. There's a man, and he's happily married, and they have a baby, and they're happily walking down the road, and everything is beautiful, everything is good, everything is happy. What happens next? Right? Because of everything that we have, everything that is, influenced in movies and television and all types of books and drama. Because again, they have to use drama to sell. Our expectancy has been influenced and has been, twisted into the idea that when everything's going good, look out, something bad's going to happen next. And is that true reality? Absolutely not. That is not true reality. That is synthetic reality. That is control. That is abuse. That is a toxin that is given to our brain. And then some people wonder why, when they listen to people like David Icke, who has been looking at these things and who has been, studying and researching the influence of just a few over the many, for the purpose of control. And he's been looking at this and watching this and researching this and viewing this for years. And when you look at him or you look at just anybody who's come from different generations, and they look at this generation and they can't believe that people are doing and falling for what they're falling for. And a good example, me and my family just watched the whole entire Star Wars series, all the movies, and we're watching all the TV shows together. And when you look at the understanding and you look at the visualization of an evil empire, and the evil empire is just like some other empires that may be, influencing humanity on Earth right now, but they always claim that we're doing this for peace. We're doing this for world peace. We're doing this so that we can have order and so that we can get rid of the chaos. And there's the few that recognize baloney. Yeah, that's not why you're doing this. And there's a few that recognize exactly what's going on. But when you look at the portrayals in the Star Wars movies and you look at how sterile and how synthetic these people are living in the Empire, thinking, that they are going to one day be able to live at peace. But you look at them and they're so sterile, they're so emotionless. You even look at like the figure of Darth Vader. I mean, doesn't even have his own arms and legs anymore and has to live on life support. All these different things where people think that their problems are going to be solved, but they actually get a whole truckload of more problems added on top. And the promises made by the evil empire are never kept. They're never fulfilled. And the future that they ask you to believe in exchange for your own soul is a lie, and it never happens. And that is a wonderful portrayal of the false synthetic kingdom. The ancient mystery schools, the ancient teachers, the ancient wise people have been telling us this for as far back as we can find recorded records. They have all different types. For you, it may be a devil, it may be the archons, it may be parasites, it may be aliens, it may be all types of different names that you can put upon these evil influences. But we can all agree that that influence is certainly there. We all are sensitive to it. And so when we have an understanding of ourselves energetically, and we begin to open our eyes and ears to renew ourselves with an understanding of correspondence and communication between us and our true creator, loving mother, loving father creator, loving parent, as opposed to the influence that is trying to affect and influence people today to serve an evil empire that keeps none of its promises, that simply uses people like the Matrix for energy, and is building its own purpose that will easily and quickly throw humanity away whenever we're not needed, whenever it reaches that point. So if this is speaking to you and you feel an impulse, you feel a calling, you feel that, wow, this is more than just some guy standing next to a creek saying something, and you feel that, wow, this is direction, this is spiritual direction, this is something that is coming from an age-old voice that has always spoke to us, that has always spoke to humanity, that has always given us saving teaching, pure teaching, pure understanding, pure direction, pure guidance for your own good. If you hear that voice inside of you right now, please follow it. Please go wherever it is leading you, because you know it's not my personal voice. It is the voice of loving Father, loving Mother, our true Creator, reaching out to all of their children. And one thing I'm so blessed by, ancient Essene scriptures and the ancient Essene scriptures, the book of Enoch. And Enoch saw way far into the future. And in the book of Enoch, he shared three visions, three possibilities. And the two of them had a downfall. They didn't make it, but the third one did. And Enoch was different because he said that these visions, these prophecies can be changed at any time. But the third option for the future was that the earth, the human race on the earth, they recognize how important our connection to Mother Earth is, how important our spiritual connection is, how misleading it is to follow technology and to trust in things that men have made, but to be more connected to nature, to be like the indigenous people, to have a connection not only to Mother Earth, but all of the universe and all of the energies that come from all of the planets and from the sun and from every single positive energetic influence that affects humankind. This option, these people, they recognized all of this. They live in a solar energy environment. They live in communities where they grow their own food, and they're very healthy. They live to a very old age, and the prophecy clearly says that this is one option of many options. So the true voice of prophecy recognizes that everything is a possibility, and the possibilities are based on the choices that we make right now, today. It's based on who we, as the human family, make the choice for today. So, no matter what this evil empire is trying to impose upon mankind, the evil empire viewpoint that there's just too many people, we got to get rid of some of them. Between that and the understanding that we live in an infinite universe, and this infinite universe always makes space for every single living being that is manifested in it right now. When we have that understanding and we have that love, it's the love that is deeply deposited within our own being and within our own self that we know to be true. And it's the future that we can follow, and the understanding that we can give to ourselves. And like Neo in the Matrix, being released, and all of the connections that were keeping his body alive in the Matrix were severed, they were cut off, and he was released and he was freed. Same thing, he had to spend a little bit of time allowing his true self to be rebuilt and to be brought back to health. When we recognize that, when we have a moment of awareness and a moment of true discernment of what is truly going on in us, to us, and through us, and have the understanding that we all ultimately have the ultimate free will choice to choose our own best option and our own best good and our own best future for ourselves and for all of humanity here on Mother Earth, to restore the earth once again to the original garden paradise that it was originally created as. That is our true choice and the true vision of the true heart of the true children of the earth, the true children of true Mother and true Father. Love, blessing, peace, joy, abundance, health, and wealth in absolutely every exponential increasing way to you and your family. Namaste.